Okay, so you might have seen this headline going around about a cannibal robot. Sounds like something right out of an old sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But, we had to ask, is there any truth to it at all? This was the question that really got people talking. And of course, your mind immediately goes to those killer cyborgs from the 80s and 90s. But as you can probably guess, the story behind the headline is, well, it's something else entirely. And frankly, it's way more interesting. So let's just break it down. On one hand, you've got the myth, this dangerous man-eating cyborg. But the reality, it's a simple robot that uses parts from other robots to fix or improve itself. It's not about eating for fuel, it's about scavenging to survive. And that idea, that's actually far more revolutionary. So to find the real story, we didn't go to a movie script, we went right to the source, a research paper from Columbia University's Creative Machines lab. And yeah, we went through it. While the experiment is absolutely groundbreaking, spoiler alert, there's zero mention of any man-eating machines. This quote from the researchers themselves, though, really gets to the heart of it. This isn't about horror, it's about a fundamental shift in what a robot can even be. The goal isn't a monster. The goal is a machine that's capable of something they call true autonomy. So what is true autonomy? Well, think of it like a biological ecosystem, but for machines. It's about giving robots the kinds of abilities we see in nature all the time. The ability to heal, to adapt. Things that, right now, they critically lack. I mean, think about it. When you get a cut, your body heals itself. But if a robot breaks a critical part, it's basically an expensive paperweight until a person comes along to fix it. They're physically static, totally stuck in the form they were built in. And that's the huge problem this research is trying to solve. Okay, so how in the world do you even begin to do that? Well, the team at Columbia, led by Hod Lipson, didn't build some big, complex humanoid. No, they started really simple, with these smart magnetic rods they call trusslings. They can extend, contract, and connect to each other. They're like robotic Legos. So using AI, this little cluster of rods just started learning on its own. It began with simple stuff, like forming 2D shapes, then it graduated to 3D objects. It even figured out how to grab spare parts to make itself bigger. But then it did the most important thing. It started changing its own body to get better at a task. The researchers gave it a really specific challenge. Get up this slope as fast as you can. They didn't tell it how to do it, just what to do. And what this little robot did next, completely on its own, was the real breakthrough moment. You have to appreciate this. The robot, all by itself, assessed the situation, saw a spare part just lying there, and basically thought, hey, I can use that. It then changed its own shape to grab that part and use it as a cane to help it climb. That shows a level of physical self-awareness we just haven't seen in machines before. And the result? Was it a minor tweak? No way! By coming up with that idea on its own, the robot boosted its speed by over 66%. It faced a problem, created its own solution, and literally upgraded itself on the fly. And this brings us right back around to that whole cannibalism headline. See, the researchers frame it as an ecosystem. It isn't malicious, it's resourceful. It's a self-sustaining system where machines use whatever is available, including parts from other inactive machines, to survive and get better. And the potential here is just world-changing. Seriously, imagine a rescue robot that can turn itself into a snake to crawl through earthquake debris. Or a rover on Mars that repairs its own broken wheel or changes its shape to get over a weird rock. This could even lead to robots that build other robots, all on their own. And all of this, it really leads to one final, pretty provocative thought. A machine that can repair itself, improve itself, and eventually maybe even replicate itself, well, it doesn't really need its creator for survival anymore, does it? So you have to wonder, if robots no longer need humans, what happens then?